say I'm really glad to be here. I'm from Magdalene here, and I have a really different background from, I guess, most of you here. I do the boring stuff, the corporate zombie thing. Okay, don't let my boss see that. Yeah, but this LARP thing has been something that I've been doing since I was a teenager. We have it quite differently in Singapore. We don't have a name for it actually. It's just a game, right? Role playing, and there's some of us who do this stuff. And I got back into this by accident almost. I took 1 year out of my corporate job to do an education startup. And this was the time in Singapore where career design is huge. So I think you would have heard about it around the world. A lot of jobs are getting displaced. We have people, and I'll just click very quickly to the next slide. We have people who really need help in the job scope. Right? So this is a really real need here. And then the question is, how do we use all of that, all the knowledge we have in experiential learning, game design, and so on, to meet some of those needs? And I said, this came out by accident because it was something that was supposed to be a one-off. We got commissioned, the startup that I was doing, got commissioned to run a game. And after discussion, this is the game I'm going to share. It's being picked up by the government now, and we are in advanced talks to run like 40 sets of it. So it's really very exciting. And the way that this game has been designed really is combining, what's necessary in the career design space. So we take what the government has developed, what the career development people have come up with, and then we match it with the pedagogy. How do we want to share the information as well as the game design mechanics? So it's really combining research from all these different areas. In a while, I'll show you how it's actual game development techniques that we are showcasing and gamifying. So just by way of example, this man you see here, he's an actual sales agency leader. Right? He does insurance sales, he's top in his field, and we got him to design the sales component of this game. Right? And then some of you might recognize this gentleman here, Mads from the Danish Edu-Larping school. So that's where some of the mechanics come in. Okay, so about this game, this is the stuff that I'll be sharing. This is what the participants see at the beginning. Right? So all the usual principles of LARPing apply. There's a whole game world, the participants go in, and they get to create their own card. Right? So earlier on you saw that there's this element of multiple intelligence. So we say that's one of the things that you should consider while choosing a career. So here you are, we call it my smarts because we don't want to overwhelm people with technical language. So you have things like, are you picture smart, are you self-smart, so intrapersonal smart, right, in multiple intelligence world. Are you logic smart, are you word smart? You fill in the blanks yourself. We have some rules around how many boxes you can tick, but you can tick it across any of these 8 categories. And then there's this other component, which is your educational sort of the progress you're making in the room that they are in. So imagine this as a room. We'll flash a test on the room. So you start with this first one. This is what students in Singapore take when you are 12 years old. It's a compulsory national exam. So every participant literally has a sheet of paper in front of you. We give you a little mock test. In this case, you'll memorize 20 words. Right? We flash that for a minute or two, and then we take that off the screen. You fill in the blanks on your worksheet, and depending on how much you get wrong, you either get retained or you get promoted. Typically, we'll just fail 2 people just for the fun of it. And then everyone else goes to the next level. That's actually the only compulsory thing you have to do in this game. Everything else, it's sort of like sandbox mode, right? You just go out, discover the world, no front loading. So you have this, and then there's this other element. Again, backed by research, we say that we besides what smart you are, your character, who you are also plays a very important part in eventual career success. So this part would be facilitators in the game. If I spot you doing something that shows grit, I will check your box. Right? So I don't tell you any of this at the start of the game. And it's only at the end when we debrief that people go, aha, that's something I should be looking out for in my actual life as well. And so that's what you have. Get some of the game mechanics, the way we play it, 3.5 hours, 6 rounds. And then you have the training 5 minutes, which is in-game mode, and 5 minutes, which is sort of out of game, where we do a debrief, because we don't want to get to the end of the 3.5 hours and find that people have totally missed the point. Right? So the 5 minutes there is really to help them to get back into the game if they're not catching it for whatever reason. It's also a mechanic for us as the game masters to steer the game. So just by way of example, we had a particular game where where the students were just not going to the coding station, right? The software development part of the world. So what we did was we wanted to direct more students there. We said, well, who's earning the most money? And turned out we want the software developers. The next round of the game, everybody before some of them found out that money or no money, they were really not cut out for this stuff. Right? So it's a very natural distribution. And I mean, at the end of it, it's all about facilitation. We always tell people it's not about how you did in this game, because that's just a game, but the lessons learned from this could help you to really define your career for the rest of your life. So in this world, we focus on work a lot, a little bit of education, and continuing education. So the old concept where you finish university and that's the end of it, you go to work for the next 50 years of your life, that's sort of over. The world's changing so quickly, you just have to learn and relearn, and so this part comes in. And then there are these things like the bank and what are your aspirations and so on. I just wanted to go into this because these are the job families, so these are the actual sort of stations that you can visit and play. And in each of these stations, there are 3 levels, just from our perspective makes it simple to understand. And there are rules. I think from your perspective, you just need to understand there are rules. And part of it would be the educational level that you have attained. And part of it is the multiple intelligence, what you so-called naturally good at. Right? And you need to meet both criteria before you can sort of go to the next level. So we try to infuse real-life principles into this game so that after the game it sort of becomes intuitive for them as well. What are the takeaways? We call it wit, grit, and fit. And there's a whole lot of research that we put in behind this. So Howard Gardner, I think, has spoken a lot about wit. And then together with that, he had a paper also on how wit and grit fit together, and then how that relates to character and the greater good you can do in society. Angela Duckworth, I mean, there's a whole bunch of research out there. I won't go into it. And then finally, about fit, where can I shine, even after I know I've all this stuff? Where's the place that's best suited for me and my unique talents? And that's something that we invite people to explore at the end of this game. And at the end of it, we actually let the people do that round of debrief and evaluation and how do you feel about it. I think that's a very important point. And after that, what we also do is we encourage people to go on to the government-approved websites, and we have some materials for them to look into as well, based on all these research that you see here. So it doesn't just end with the game, the end of the game, but the end of the game is actually the start of a greater exploration. So what color is your parachute? It's one of the materials we use very, very sort of prominently. Understanding who you are, choose where you work, test taking as a tool. So all of this is this sort of backed up by research, and then there are different points where people can enter depending on where they are. So different people will get different things out of this game. It's meant to be played and replayed. And then after the game, you could take an actual test, the Holland Code. That's something we use in Singapore to by John Holland to sort of assess your interests and your match for particular jobs. So it's basically 6 alphabets. You get 3 alphabets after you finish the test, and then those 3 alphabets will be indicative as to where you are in this job world, and that forms the basis of an initial exploration. Right. So a little bit about the concept behind multiple intelligence. Starts with IQ. That's like way back in 1904, very long ago. And then Howard Gardner found that multiple intelligence is probably more relevant than just raw IQ itself, which is 2 out of the 8 sorts of intelligence, word and logic smart. So he came out with this theory, and then many people built on it, including Brenton Schroer, who mapped it to natural interests. And that's another test that you can take together with this whole game to find out, in game earlier you saw that you actually sort of tick off the boxes yourself, but out of game you can do the actual assessment by Brenton Schroer to find out what your own multiple intelligence set is, and then how does that link to a potential career. Carol Dweck, Growth Mindset, Angela Duckworth, and her colleagues on Grit, Whole Tough Performance Character, Howard Gardner, Beyond Grit and Grit, and the Good Project that I mentioned earlier. And there's just a lot of ongoing work as well, which I think we can continue to do that. So what are the key success factors in the job world, right? So we talk about career anchors, and we fit the 3 big pillars: multiple intelligence, performance, character, and then fit with environmental factors. It sort of maps out in different frameworks, including Edgar Schein's career anchors. Right, so this is just some of the research into it, what it takes to succeed. This is where we hope that people would be able to find that sweet spot. Right? If you manage to find where your multiple intelligences, your natural sort of abilities fit in with what you are naturally passionate about. Will I really stick it out for that 10,000 hours people say it takes to succeed? And then how do I find a place that best leverages that wit and that grit that I have, and rewards those in that context? And that's the right company I should be working for. That's the sort of right setting and situation I should put myself in. Right? So that's, I think, what it takes to succeed. And the game steers people in that direction through the gameplay. When you experience it for yourself, like you might go through a particular station, you might be earning a lot of money, but you find that you hate it, then hey, maybe that's not it for you, right? Or conversely, you could be in a station that you are really not making a lot of progress, but you really enjoy it. Then you have to ask yourself, is this something I'm really passionate about, that I'm willing to put in the 10,000 hours to succeed? There's no right or wrong answers, but I think what this game provides, which the traditional career development workshops do not, is that it lets you explore and experience. Right? So it's not the master teacher approach, is they go in, figure it out, why do I like this, why do I hate this, and then how does it map back to my actual life. Right, so that's the way we have chosen to do this Edu-Larping realistic world. It mirrors the actual academic world and the job context. But what I'm very careful to tell the sort of the government people, right, who are into this game as well, is that it should not be the exact replica, because then it doesn't allow people to express or to feel to experiment. It doesn't allow people to experiment freely because they are still tied to themselves, right? Career play, there's NPC, interaction. So all the people at the different stations have very tightly written scripts. You have to say this thing before I will let you sell me the pen, right? For the people in the sales room, and so on. And I think the final point I wanted to make here is that facilitation is really the key to all of this, right? At the end of the day, it's how would the people respond to the different elements of the gaming. I'll just give one final example here. There was this 15-year-old boy. We played it in the context of a school. I'll just flash very quickly to this. And he had, this boy actually, he was, he went to the sales station basically, right? The checkpoint where he was supposed to sell something. And he was supposed to choose a customer. So we had this chart and he could point to one of 8 characters. So the NPC would then role play one of these 8, right? The first person he chose, this was like just the first 5 minutes of when the students went out to the working world, and he chose the most difficult customer. And it was in the script that the customer was supposed to be really mean and scream at him if necessary. And that happened. And I played that customer. And I felt so bad about it. And I basically said, I want to see your manager. Right? And he went off. And he got his manager back. I thought he was close to tears. But he eventually became the top performer in sales. He managed to show that resilience. He managed to come back. And it was such a positive experience for him. Right? So I believe he learned a lot from that. And that's really part of the journey as well. So yeah, with that, I'll just close and take questions at the end. Thank you very much.